Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome out to our 6 o'clock live stream. Justin is having some issues. We have a good show lined up tonight. Um, as you can see, I jinxed us. We are having pretty damn shitty snowstorm, and to be honest with you, I think I jinxed us. So here we are, hanging out with you all tonight. Um, Justin is good. He is recovering. He is feeling a little bit better. We try to adjust my microphone. Let me know if I'm loud enough, everybody. Make sure I sound okay. Uh, Justin is attempting to get in. Um, so he will be here. I have faith he'll get in. But yeah, so uh, hopefully you all enjoyed the humor of our thumbnail this evening. It actually goes along with the uh, theme for for this evening, or I should say, the story for this evening. Um, it's an article I found that I thought was very interesting, and we have another article to go over tonight as well. I figured we'd take a break from doing the um, tattoo history for 1 week, and then hopefully by next week we can get back into the studio with Justin and hanging out and back to our regular, scheduled show because both of us love being in the studio, to be honest with you, or not the studio, the shop. He would actually be very upset that I just said studio. um, yeah, so I saw Justin pop in real quick on the computer. I don't think I added him to the scene quick enough because it was flipping over to live. So here he comes. Add to scene. Okay, so let's see. I see him trying to come on, and he's gone. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Let me just send him a text and say, "Hey, just reboot your phone and give that a shot." Um, so anyhow, um, it's going to be two pretty cool stories that I think it would be, interesting for all of you. Um, they both obviously revolve around tattooing, of course, right? So, um, just a quick shout out to a couple of people. Um, it looks like we have some official members. We got Chris Hawkins and Sarah, and Medusa actually joined up as a club member, channel member. So thank you for being a part of this and helping us out. It's much appreciated. If anybody's interested, we do have our, you know, subscription service. Tried to keep it as, reasonable as possible. Um, so, um, I don't know, man. I think we're supposed to get like 6 inches of snow tonight. So that's why I'm not in the shop. And also, Justin is better. He's just not 100% yet either. So just kind of sucks right now. Whatever's going on, he can't get in with his phone. So we're just going to wing it from here. Um, First thing that I wanted to talk about tonight, and hey, Sarah, thank you so much. Much, much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always appreciate that, Sarah. Um, we have an article that I found. Ironically enough, it's kind of close to me. Down in Delaware, where a prison, as part of their work program, we should call it, I guess, is offering a tattoo school. And, I know a lot of tattoo artists are against tattoo schools for many good reasons, of course. But I think that this is pretty cool because it's not only possibility of, giving an inmate or a convict a second chance outside when he gets out, but it's also going to prevent them from having, infections and other kind of crap going on with illegal tattoos inside the prisons. So, um, it's going to be interesting. We'll go through the article together, and I know Justin had read it, so even if he comes into this halfway through, he'll still be able to comment on this. But I also want to hear your opinions out there as well on what you think about this. So let me go ahead and try to pull this up real quick, and let's do this. Boom. Nope. Wrong one. Sorry about that. Got too many tabs open. So here we go. That's the right one. All right. Back on track. So again, this is in Delaware. Come on, man. Why you gotta be so difficult, Mr. Computer? Here we go. I'm gonna add to the scene. And let's see, we'll make this bigger. You don't really need to see me. Um, so prison tattoo training program creates a buzz. And in here, you can actually see some of the work that they're doing. Um, right here, this owl that was done. And whoa, dude, thank you, Bill, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, you can see that, some of this work is being done here is pretty sweet, actually. But I'm gonna read this off real quick. Some offenders at Delaware's largest prison are putting their artistic skills to use in a new way. Inmates often enter James T. Vaughn Correctional Center with tattoos, and they're able to get new ink at the prison's tattoo studio. That's where 6 inmates have been studying with a visiting tattoo veteran as part of a career pathway program. So that's the part that I do like is that they're actually providing some type of path for um, the inmates to try to you know get somewhere out of it. I think that's kind of cool. Let me go back. Why are you being there you go. Jesus, man. Having some, technology is great when it works. When it doesn't work, it sucks. Um, so yeah, this is Tara Taylor is the commissioner. She's running the tattoo artist career pathway. Um, it addresses health and safety issues that could come about through unsanctioned or unsanitary tattoo practices in the prison population. Um, the actual tattoo will need to be reviewed by security to make sure it meets our safety standards and there are no violent symbols or gang affiliations, any of that, Taylor said. Once approved, they can move forward with the actual tattooing phase. The customer pays for the tattoo. Payments are divided between the tattoo artist and the prison tattoo studio to cover costs of the program. Um, Larry Normell, owner of Artistic Editions in Dover, is leading the program under the direction of the warden. He says, I take my work seriously and I'm passionate about teaching. And I'm excited about this opportunity to put my experience to work helping incarcerated men develop their skills, learn the value of work, and use their talents to achieve career and life success. I've been impressed by the artistic ability, positive attitude, and strong work ethic exhibited by our first group of tattoo artist students. I believe this program is already making a difference and is opening the door to second chances. So pretty cool, right? I mean, what do you guys think of this so far? Let's hear it in the comments. I already see Fat Cracker says there's also one at Stillwater Correctional in Missouri. I did not know that. This is the first time I've ever heard of this. I know that um, there's been different occasions where I believe like Shane Enholm, I'm talking to him. Um, some of the, when I looked up like Danny Trejo, for example, when I did the Tattoo Doug episode, um, they talked about having to sneak around to get tattoos done while they were in. Whether it was, finding ways of making ink with ash and, using cassette players to make the motors for um, the machines and having to hide their stuff. So I guess this is a way of getting around all that and then also making sure that everything's safe. Um, Taking away any of the safety concerns, infections, and all the other stuff, right? But also taking away, I, I guess, any kind of gang affiliated tattooing, um, crime, hate, whatever. All that stuff is. Now, I don't think it's necessarily going to stop tattoos being done in prisons at all. But maybe if there's some kind of incentive or whatever to do it the right way, who knows, right? Um, I'm all about second chances. Obviously, I'm clean and sober. Justin's clean and sober. We've had our opportunities to have a second chance at this beautiful disaster we call life. So, everybody deserves a second chance, I guess, depending on what you did. I think you know where I'm going with that. So let's see. We got a couple people commenting. Gives men and women a career. I'll just throw it up on the screen so everybody can see it. Fat Cracker said, gives a men and women career when they get out. I agree 100%, right? So maybe you stop that revolving door. Give them a good job opportunity. Hopefully they can, you know, uh, have something productive when they get out, make a little scratch, not, you know, scrounging. Nikki, our moderator, said, I think if it sets someone up for life outside, it potentially lowers the risk of reoffending. So, yeah, I'm all for it. There you go. Excuse me. Didn't mean to cough. Chris Hawkins said, I agree with both of you. Hey, Luz, what's going on, buddy? All right, here we go. Tom. The rehabilitation skill is good and the sanitation skills, so hell yeah. But but how different is it from the tattoo schools we know and dislike? Yeah, so this is kind of where I think this is not going to go over well with tattoo artists. Tattoo artists do not like tattoo schools. I've heard stories about people getting hired and the shop found out that they went to a tattoo school and shop fired them. I don't know. This might be a different set of circumstances. This might be also a situation where you might go through the tattoo school, but say, hey, you know what? I'll do an apprenticeship when I get there. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that, Tom. I just know that tattoo artists typically don't like tattoo schools, but I think this might be one of those rare circumstances where something like this might be, you know, okay and not frowned upon. Uh, Drag said maybe that gangsters not have not have such bad tattoos. Yeah, maybe. Um, there you go. Fat Cracker says all the prison tattooers that I know have not gone back because of tattooing in prison, but on the DL and not from the new schools. All for it. Sarah says she believes in second chances. Chris said, and it's a trade slash industry that will be more accepting too. You mean more accepting to convicts, prisoners? Naheem Rabin. There you go. Sorry, I'm trying not to cough in your guys' ears. Naheem Rabin said it's going to happen regardless. Be prepared, not scared. There you go. I think that. Hey, what's up, brother? Justin French checking in. You are on, man. I don't know why you couldn't connect. You popped on and then you disconnected, so I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Um, I think you're right though, Naheem. And I think that you know, uh it's a it, I personally feel like it's a good thing for somebody to have the opportunity to get a earn a living outside legally and not have to worry about going back to maybe doing other stuff that you were doing on the outside, which got you there, right? Um, I think that you know, in the tattoo world, you having paper is not really going to matter as much either. So it's not that type of career where people are worried about paperwork, depending on the paperwork. Okay. Uh, just like the MC world, right? Nobody gives a shit about paperwork except for one type of paperwork. And you got anything to do with kids, dude, you're done. Out. And I'm pretty sure that that would be same scenario any shop that you go to try to get work at. So, uh, there is no recovery path for you, scumbags. Anyhow, let me get off my soapbox. Um, yeah, I mean, let me ask you this. Would you care? Everybody that's listening right now out there in internet world, would you give a shit if your tattoo artist was a ex-convict? I mean, think about it. Is the work solid? Is the dude nice? Is he, respectful? Everything's cool? Do you really care? I don't give a shit that you boosted 3 cars. None of my business. You're out. You're good. You did your time. So, what do you guys think? Okay. Naheem's checking in with some more stuff. Let's throw it up on screen. We'll let everybody catch what you're saying. I watch people complain every day about how things are changing in tattooing. Some for the better, some for the worse. But regardless, all I see is completely and no action. I think you meant complaining and no action. Yeah. Well, I think that you are right. I mean, obviously, there's been changes for the better, no doubt about it. I think that there's going to be people that are going to complain no matter what, right? There's people out there that could be in the perfect scenario. They could have pockets stuffed full of cash, farting rainbows, and they'd still find something to bitch about. Then there's going to be, let's go back to this scenario, right? I don't think that there's as many older generation tattooers complaining about uh stupid stuff. I think it's more of a respect and understand and know the history of it. I don't really see anybody denying the fact that the tattoos that are being done this day and age are freaking amazing. Not at all. So that's just my opinion. Um, but feel free to chime in. I mean, we're all about throwing around a conversation with this, so I appreciate it, Naheem. Much appreciated, actually, dude. I love hearing other sides of the conversation. Drag said if he knows how to tattoo, yes. Uh, Fat Cracker. There are a lot of tattoo shops in Los Angeles that are owned by former convicts. There you go. It's really not that type of environment that anybody really gives a crap about. You having paper. Um, Nikki, our moderator, said I've seen some amazing prison tattoos. If my tattooer does good work and I like it, I don't need to know about his record. Right. It's none of your business. Fat Cracker. Almost 25% of my tattoos are done by ex-convicts. Really? Okay. And Naheem's back. So most people I know, tattooers, mechanics, tradesmen, a lot of them are ex-cons. I am also in the same boat, man. Uh, I know quite a few, actually. And you know what? I've trusted them in my house, around my family. I got no issues with it, man. You did your time, dude. You move along. Uh, yeah, there you go, Fat Cracker. That's a perfect example. Fine Line was born in California prison system, and every one of those guys will wholeheartedly admit that. Um, Matter of fact, you know, um, Jack Rudy and Good Time Charlie have been noted to have said on many occasions about how they were seeing the work coming out of the prison system, and it was stuff that they really liked, and then they're the ones that kind of propelled it forward into what we know of it as today. um Shane Enholm actually talked about how there was a dude named Horse who did some of the first fine line tattoo work, um which actually inspired Jack and Good Time Charlie to go that route. Unfortunately, from the way Shane explains it, Horse doesn't really get the shine as much as those two guys. Obviously, that tree has grown and went into Freddie Negrete and Mark Mahoney and hundreds of phenomenal fine line tattoo artists. Um, Bill O'Connell, I'm pretty picky who tattoos me. If they're a good person, does good work, I'm down. Good people go to prison for sure. Yeah. Um, Fat Cracker said one of them is done by a tattooer that owns a tattoo shop called 5150. Yep. There you go. I can't. What's his name? Fat Cracker. The dude that owns 5150. I know that Tattoo Doug talked about him, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Yeah, there you go, Naheem. Welcome to the show, by the way. This is the first time I've seen you, so welcome aboard, man. We're here every Sunday night, 6 a.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be here 6 a.m. um, I've seen better work from prisoners than some of these younger guys out here, and I'm one of the younger new guys. There you go. Um, Sarah says, as long as the environment I'm in is comfortable, clean, and the artist is respectful. There you go. And then Chris says this, and this is kind of where I wanted to go with this. This is not your typical tattoo school. This is not some dude that is, or some person, I keep saying dude, that's out there trying to get into the business and they're trying to take the back door into tattooing by going to a school and skipping an apprenticeship and blah, 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 right, you know? This is a dude that is paying his dues, um, going through the system. He's trying to get a better leg up when he gets out. You gotta respect that, man. I mean, look, dude, making license plates and, wooden hobby horses or whatever else there are, I know there's other shit that gets mass produced in prisons, isn't gonna do anything for you when you get out, dude. Like, nobody's gonna get it. Well, I guess you could get a job stamping metal, but I don't know. That goes for anyone I get tattooed by. There you go. Oh, dude, I apologize, man. I've never seen your name on here, though. Now I feel like a dick. My apologies. Rob, there you go, fat cracker. Okay, 5150. Nikki, our moderator, dude is gender inclusive. Yeah, it's a bad habit of being in the music business. When I was in the music business, I was obviously still drinking and doing drugs, and I know my mom's watching right now, so it's not surprise. No, not really. She knows. But anyhow, um, I could never remember anybody's name. So I got into the habit of, "Hey, dude, what's up, dude?" Or, people would come up and be like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And I'd totally forget who they were, or forget their name, and I'd be like, "Ah, dude, what's up, man? What's up? What's up?" So it's a bad habit, man. Where it really sucks is I work in corporate America, so during the day, I really have to curb the dude and the cursing, and yeah, it's brutal. Um Okay, so Tom says, "Is the quality going to change with these official prison schools? I wonder, or is the prison tat experience part of of why they are good?" I don't know. Um, that might be a decent question, Tom. But if we look, I don't know if I can make this any bigger for you guys, but like, that's some pretty stellar work, man. Um, I'd be more than happy to have that tattoo. It's not really what I'm into, but that's a damn fine tattoo. There you go. Another one. Pretty solid tattoo, right? So, would the style change maybe? I could see that. Maybe it wouldn't be so black and gray, obviously if you're doing it in a legit studio that's set up in the system, got access to colors and better inks and stuff like that, better machines or real machines, I should say. Um, you know, Those are things that, would make a difference. I think that, art is art no matter what, though, you know? Um, Not to go back to the music business thing, but, first time I ever had to mix live, man, old shitty board, and, guy just kinda went through it and was like, "This does this is," it's 32 channel board, so I'm not gonna go through it all, but basically patted me on the back and said, "Alright, man, I'll see you later for loadout," and that was it. I dude, totally threw you in the fire, man. So, and he said to me, "You know what, man? You learn on shit. When you get the good stuff, game changer." He's like, "If you can learn on the shitty stuff, you can learn on anything." And to be honest with you, 100% true, man. Throughout my career doing sound, 100% true. Um, so Bill O'Connell, that's awesome, man. I know you said that you did a lot of work with dogs and stuff like that. We send our dogs from our shelter to a prison program here in Colorado. Inmates get to train the dogs and adopt it out. They do with the wild horses also changes their lives, and I think this would too. I agree, man. Um, yeah, so there you go. That's another factor too, right? Fat crackers. So they're using different mags and not just single needle. Yeah, I mean, it's, you're not gonna be using the, cassette tape machine. Oh, yeah. So, okay, I get what Tom's saying. So he's saying that the art with limitations forces you to be creative. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you know, um, there you go. Justin's chiming in. See, he can't join us, so he'll at least message, which is that's just as good. Most of the guys I knew who started in prison were amazed at how easy studio tattooing was after being paroled. Just what you're saying, Buck. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I I don't know. I mean, I'm not a carpenter or a mechanic, but I would assume it's the same with those trades. Like you learn on shit, and by the time you get the good stuff, you're like knocking it out of the park. Um, I don't know. Justin, what do you think about this being a tattoo school in a prison, though? It's not the same tattoo school out there in the public that we're talking about. But I definitely want to get your opinion on that while I go ahead and try to queue up our next subject for this evening. So let me get rid of this and talk amongst yourselves. All right, let me see if I could do this. Hopefully, I could do this without getting a goddamn strike because I really want you guys to see this. If it works. If not, we'll just talk about it. So, my next story is I'll try to talk about it while I'm waiting. Um, it's about um, in Nashville or the state of Tennessee, they are proposing a trafficking tattoo bill. Sounds a little weird, right? Apparently, there is an influx of people getting tattooed, uh, going to tattoo shops that are being trafficked and essentially getting a brand almost, I guess you could call it, put on them. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to set it up so um, tattoo artists and tattoo shop owners understand what to look for if this comes in the door. Um, Again, this is something that's you know a lot. You're hearing a lot about it in the news. So what Nashville or Tennessee is trying to do is they've passed a bill. I think it has to go through one more set of votes to have a 1 hour class for all tattoo shops, tattoo artists to sit through to understand the impacts and what to look for. So this way people don't, you know, get involved with this unknowingly. Naheem said, a prison guy showed me how to build coils and rotary. There you go. Justin said, I have a lot of family that has done time or is doing time presently. I would be grateful for any tools they were given to stay on the outside. There you go, man. That's my thoughts exactly. Um, Naheem said, never been to prison. Just, by the way, just know all kinds of folks. Same here, man. Uh, I knock on wood. Thank God, never had to go to prison. All the stupid shit I did in my life, and very very thankful. I always say I'm always super thankful that I never had to do that, never got killed anybody drinking and driving and stupid shit. So um Drag said his first machine was a prison build. Hmm. Naheem said, made a coil machine out of parts from a broken dryer and spoons. All right, let me see if I can go ahead and share this with y'all. I'm trying to do this without being full screen because I gotta. There we go.
Two artists to help save lives. A proposed bill is aimed at fighting human trafficking.
Our Sharon Danko talked to a local artist about her experience with the issue and how this bill could help.
This is how English Cousin says she's helped people take charge of their bodies. Putting ink to a needle and creating art.
Tattooing is something that I love, and I relish the opportunity to be able to help people feel a sense of joy or empowerment about their body.
That's until she found out what some people were using it for.
Oftentimes, women that have been trafficked had tattoos on them. They call them brands, indicators or markations of ownership. When I moved to Tennessee, I was working at a different
So, first off, I want to make sure you guys were able to hear that. Second of all, I have never heard of that before, but I guess, never even thought about it because it's not something that I'm around. But it makes perfect sense to me that that kind of stuff would be going on, and that they're essentially trying to let people know that this is going on, and that informing the artists so this way they're not taking part in it by accident. But also maybe understanding, seeing some of it could possibly help or potentially help a victim. We all know that this is bad stuff that's going on, and nobody wants to see that. So I thought it was. I hope the bill gets passed, and to be honest with you, I hope that there's other states that um, you know this catches on, and it spreads, because to me this is huge, dude, huge. Um, it's a shame that it's got to even go that route, but if it's going to continue to be an issue, let you know, um, bring more light to it. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Could you guys even hear that? Somebody give me a shout out. Let me know. Um, Tom said, "Is this the death of the prison tattoo?" I don't think so, Tom, because it doesn't sound to me like there are a lot of places that are doing this yet. Um, I think that there are always going to be, people that are going to be able to, skate around stuff and still do that kind of stuff. So I don't think it'll be the end of prison tattoos. Maybe it'll be the end of shitty looking prison tattoos. We could only hope, right? Fat Cracker said a 9-year-old girl got an American flag on her arm recently. Her parents drove her there from another state and signed off on it. A 9-year-old girl? I didn't even think that was legal. Nikki said, I think 1 hour is a small amount of time to spend in training if it helps save even one person. Yeah, I agree. Um, you know, let's go. We'll finish the video real quick.
shop, and they had a partnership with an organization called End Slavery Now.
The organization that allowed her to create cover-up tattoos for human trafficking survivors, and in some cases, women who told her they were drugged and woke up with tattoos.
The art that I love had been used in such a negative way. really broke my heart.
So when she heard about a proposed bill that would require tattoo artists in Tennessee to have an hour's worth of human trafficking identification training, she spoke out about how easily an artist can be roped into branding.
And it really wasn't until I was actually working with these women and hearing their stories, and I had the realization that I had actually, inadvertently early in my career, been a part of that process for someone myself.
She says accidentally being involved in branding could happen to anyone, and the Community Coalition Against Human Trafficking agrees.
In 2024, for
So there you go. I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. I hope that other states get involved with this, and you know, especially border states and whatnot. But you know, I think any positives that you could put into the tattooing world should definitely be um, accepted and promoted. So, um, Fat Cracker said that was done in Arizona. Wow, Arizona allows a lot of crap. Justin says, "My man, he's still chiming in there, dude. He can't log in. He's still chiming in, dude. Thank you, brother. I absolutely approve of this. It's our responsibility as tattoo artists to not cause harm with our work." Boom. There you go. Um, yeah, I just, you know, uh, when I saw this article, the first thing that I thought about was I interviewed a dude from Philly um, early on in the channel. His name was Dylan Carr, and he actually offered his services a couple times. I don't know if it was like a monthly or a couple times a year, where they would actually do free tattoos to cover up self-harm scars. Um, that kind of stuff is amazing to me. That's like perfect examples of bringing good into the tattoo community. There's tattoo artists out there that will do, um, hate and gang cover-ups for free. Um, I don't think that people realize how much good is involved in this world outside of tattooing. I think that there's people out there, that still have this negative thing attached to tattooing, and it's not. There's plenty of good people, man, that are involved with this. Um, Naheem said, "I know some women with some property tattoos. Really sad. One shop where I'm at covers them for free within reason." Um, Drag says, "Our work heal more than it hurt. Our work should heal more than it hurts." Naheem, that's awesome. I love the respect of that. Fat Cracker said she and her parents initially wanted her to get a Donald Trump on her neck, but the moral tattoo artist talked her into an American flag on her arm. Yeah, that's a little weird, dude. A little fanatical, you think? Um, I don't know, man. I guess if it's legal, it's legal, but I don't. To me, y- unless you're 18, dude, I don't think you should be really getting tattoos, man. Um, there's too many things out there that are trendy, let's say. You know, obviously, American flag's not trendy, but uh, you know, I don't know, dude. Uh, I can't even think of something off the top of my head because it blows my mind that they would let a 9-year-old get a tattoo. But Eh, to each his own, I guess, right? Oh, dude, you're crazy, man. I don't know, man. I was paying attention to the story, trying to get my story straight, so I wasn't paying attention to hot or not. No, she was kind of cute though. Anywho, um, yeah. So going back to the trendy thing though, I mean, I did a trend video because of that though, right? Like, I don't know, dude. Let's say it's the trend to get strawberries all of a sudden. And, 5 years from now, everybody's like, "Oh, I can't believe you got that stupid strawberry on your foot," or whatever. And personally, I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks, so whatever. But there are people out there that get swooped up into the trend thing, and then they get swooped up into the I feel bad about the trend thing because people say stuff about it. Some people just don't have thick skin and can't handle that. So to me, when I look at that as somebody that's, not 18, they have the potential of getting caught up in a TikTok tattoo that they saw, which obviously they're not gonna be able to watch anytime soon. So, uh, so be it. Uh, welcome TikTokers to YouTube. Join us as I need more viewers. Anyhow, um, excuse me. Yeah, so, um, I don't know, man. You know, I guess if you're 17 and your parents would have signed off on it, you're close enough. But there you the black feather, the black feather with the flying birds tattoo. Yeah, dude. Or the pocket watch, or the wolf with the black birds. I mean, we've seen a bunch of them. What was crazy was the I I use vidIQ to help me with my stats and to help me, put my channel stuff up, and it kind of gives you some templates and stuff like that. And they used to do, or they do reviews on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, they would do a review for 2 hours. You could submit your channel, and if you're one of the lucky people, you could actually get your channel reviewed. And I always put in because I was always curious to see what they said about my thumbnails, my titles, my hooks of my stories, and all that, right? So on Friday, they were going to do this 9-hour marathon, right? So I put it in first thing in the morning, and then I go to work. And what they picked me while I was at work. So I couldn't even ask them questions. But they actually thought I was doing a really good job with the channel and everything, and blah blah blah. Awesome. It gave me like huge uh it gave me a really good feeling going, okay, man, I'm on the right path with this. But one of the things that they were talking about was the thumbnail that I had for the tattoo trends. And while they said they thought it was a great thumbnail, I should have focused more on the tattoos instead of the actual words with the graph of tattoo trends. In hindsight, yeah, that probably would have been a better choice. Um, and in hindsight, it would have included some of those tattoos that Justin just brought up. So, you know, uh, what are you gonna do? You live and learn, right? Um, it was weird to hear some of their critiques though, not being tattoo people. Like the one dude was like saying something about, oh, if he really wants to dip into the trends, he could do a bunch of those, where they put the foam on and they do the reveal. And I'm thinking to myself, tattoo artists hate that, dude. All the tattoo artists that I know are like, that is the stupidest shit. Like, it's so burned out. I would never even think about doing something like that. Let's get back to the comments. Bill O'Connell said tattooing itself has become a trend. I'm afraid for the industry, going to be a lot of regret in the future. Hmm. Justin French said, with or without the inspirational quote. And TikTok is back. Is it really? Did they? I thought it went off. I thought it went dark the other day. I know they were fighting to bring it back. Whatever, dude. It has no impact on me, man. I don't have it. So um, I've seen some TikToks, but I don't have it. I refuse to put it on my phone. So I would not know. I just know that there was a bunch of people. I am caught up in all kinds of stuff coming on board into Instagram world and into the YouTube world that are, saying that they're going to cash in now on YouTube because they can't do TikToks anymore. Um, and Tom just said, I guess this is in reference to Bill O'Connell's comment. Good time to get into tattoo removal. Haha. Or be a really kick-ass tattoo artist and do really, really kick-ass cover-ups. That's the way I see it. Figure, you know, make money that way is just as easily. But yeah, so we're gonna try to, bring some stories like this each week. We're gonna mix in the tattoo legends that are maybe lesser known or we can't get as much information on, or B-roll on that I can't really do a full episode. I was actually gonna to bust out. I was thinking about Sutherland McDonald, um, but then I thought, you know what, man, I might be dipping a little too far back. So maybe I'll try to get some that are a little closer to all our age groups. So I'm not like 1890s and stuff like that. But there are quite a few out there that I'd like to touch base on for this live stream, just because I can't do a full episode on them, or maybe at some point I would actually put them all together in one. So I kind of did that on a couple different ones, but hopefully next week we will be back in full. We'll be back in the shop, hanging out, enjoying it, having a great time. I know that this week is supposed to be like single digits here. It's going to be nuts, man. Bill O'Connell said, you see so many people getting their face, neck, and hands tattooed. I'm afraid they will not be happy with it someday. Maybe. It's possible. Naheem said, look into the Internet Archive. I find a lot of information on many tattoo artists throughout history. It's one of my go-to places. It's definitely one of my go-to places. Um, you know, there's plenty of books out there that have been written on some of the lesser known, whether they're in compilations of books and stuff like that. Um, obviously you can't rely on like Wikipedia and shit like that, dude. You got to have good, accurate information because I'm not about to throw out bad info. So, I do a lot of digging. Um, it's just, pictures and stuff like that are hard to find sometimes because, yeah, there might be pictures out there, but there's a good portion of them are copyright and copywritten. Copyright. Dude, my brain's cooked, man. I'm not used to talking a full hour by myself. But yeah. So when I was down in Norfolk, um, I was told a couple different ways to get some information that might be a little bit easier accessible. So we'll see how that goes in this future year. Planning on having a big year this year with really good episodes. So hopefully you guys will enjoy them and watch them. And hopefully we have a good year this year. So Raheem said, Bill, I agree. I seen face and hand tattoos on so many people with my age group, and they end up telling me a week later they regret it. Yeah, dude. That's a commitment, man. getting your face and stuff done. Like, I know Justin has his face tattooed, but he's a goddamn tattoo artist, dude. Like, you know, you're a young kid, dude, and you're working at Subway. Probably shouldn't be getting face tattoos. You're just hurting your chances, man. Don't shoot yourself in the foot before you even get a chance. That's all. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm not being preachy because everybody's right to do what they want, tattoo wise and whatnot. But you know, I, you know, I older people used to tell me stuff all the time when I was a kid, and I'd be like, yeah, 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 I knew everything. And as you get older, you realize, oh my god, they were right, dude. So take it for what that's worth. Um, if you're a young bucker, young doe out there listening, think about that before you get those tattoos. Public library websites too. Yeah, you know what I found, which has been amazing. To be honest with you, there is a Google newspaper archive, man. Uh, that is freaking awesome. Um, I was actually when I did the Shane Enholm episode, man, I actually dug up the article about him being the ponytail bandit, and he was shocked that I found it. And it's one of my go-to places for some stuff. Especially when they already have a lot of ink. Yeah. Uh, he said they definitely ain't tattoo artists. They're 21 with 3 kids and work at McDonald's. Ugh. Yeah, that's bad, dude. Um. Anyhow, man, I hope you all have a great week, a safe week. I hope you all come back next week. I want to thank you for the people that joined our subscription service, whatever you want to call it. We got Sarah, we got Chris, and we got Medusa as channel members. And can't thank you guys enough. Let me look in chat real quick before I hang this up, man. Pop some of those little emojis for me, man. I want to see what they look like. I haven't gotten to see them yet. So Chris and Sarah, you're on right now. Dude, throw the little ones up of me and the emojis of me and Justin. All right, that's I think that one's yeah, that's me. Justin. Dude, those are crazy. I even made the one with Justin that has the tattoos on his side of his face, man. It's hysterical. It's so small though, you guys can't even see it, but thank you for putting those up. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. To join the channel thing, if you go to the main screen, there'll be a button now next to subscribe. It says join, and we got a couple different tiers to fit everybody's budget. So and if you can't afford it, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Our videos are always going to be free. Our live streams are always going to be free. So it's no harm, no foul, man. There's no pressure. It's just anything to help us out. And we will throw you extra perks that you'll see when you go to that section. For each tier, there's different perks that we're going to give you guys to make it worth your, uh, give it some value. So um, there you go. I hope you all have a great week. Be safe. And we'll catch you next Sunday. Peace.